Hello, my name is Eka Widiani. So here I would like to tell you about behaviorism. Okay, behaviorism is a theory of learning based on idea that all behaviors are required to conditioning and occur to interaction with the environment. So behaviorists believe that our actions are shaped by environmental stimuli. So in simple terms, according to the school of thought, also known as behavioral psychology, behavior can be studied in a semantic and observable manner regardless of internal mental states. Behavioral theory also says that only observable behavior should be studied, as cognition, emotion, and mood are far too subjective. So, who is founded behaviorism? So that is John V. Watson is known as the founder of behaviorism. You know that two others had similar ideas in the early at 1900 when behavioral theory began. Some suggest that Watson is credited as behavioral psychologist founder due to being an attractive, strong, scientifically accomplished and forceful speaker and engaging writer. So, who was willing to share this behavioral approach when other psychologists were less likely to speak up? And then, so there are two main types of behaviorism used to describe how behavior is formed. Okay, the first is methodological behaviorism. Um, Methodological behaviorism states that observable behavior should be studied scientifically and that mental states and cognitive processes don't add to the understanding of behavior. So methodological behaviorism aligns with Watson's ideologies and approach. And the last is radical behaviorism. So, radical behaviorism is rooted in the theory that behavior can be understood by looking at one's past and present environment and the reinforcements within it. So, thereby influencing behavior either positively or negatively. This behavioral approach was created by the psychologist B.F. Skinner. So, used for behaviorism. Okay, the behaviorist perspective has a few different use, including some related to education and mental health. So, for the education, behaviorism can be used to help students learn, such by influencing lesson design. That, for instance, some teachers use consistent encouragement to help students learn. It's often conditioning. So while others focus more on creating a stimulating environment to increase engagement or classical conditioning. So for the research, that one of the greatest strengths of behavioral psychology is the ability to clearly observe and measure behaviors. Because behaviorism is based on observable behaviors. It is often easier to quantify and collect data when conducting research. So, for the mental health, that is, behavioral therapy was born from behaviorism and originally used in the treatment of autism and schizophrenia. It's too difficult to say that. Yeah, schizophrenia. Okay, this type of therapy involves helping people change problematic thoughts and behaviors, therapy improving mental health. So, effective Therapeutic techniques such as intensive behavioral intervention, behavior analysis, token economics, and discrete real training are all rooted in behaviorism. You know it? So, these approaches are often very useful in changing maladaptive or harmful behaviors in both children and adults. Okay, that for the for the impact of behaviorism, that several thinkers influence behavioral psychology. Among these are Edward Thorndike, a pioneering psychologist who described the law of affect, and Clark Hall, who proposed the drive theory of learning. There are a number of therapeutic techniques rooted in behavioral psychology. Though behavioral psychology assumed more of a background position after 1950, its principles still remain important. Okay, even today, even behavior analysis is often used as a therapeutic technique to help children with autism and development delays acquire new skills. It frequently involves processes such as shaping or rewarding closer approximations to the desired behavior, and chaining or breaking a task down into smaller parts than teaching and chaining the subsequent steps together. I think a common example of behaviorism is positive reinforcement. A student gets a small grade if they get 100 on their spelling test. In the future, students work hard and study up their tests in order to get the reward. And then for the negative, who do some naughty, that will be get some punishment, and who will get some low scores, it will be get some red score also. Okay, maybe that's all from me. Thank you.